excited about our next session. It's a fireside chat about the Harvard Business Review Guide to Gen AI for Managers. Christian Michalak, Executive Vice President from Capgemini, and Dr. Felix Ballhorn, Senior Director from Capgemini as well, will give an insight into their key takeaways of the guide, written by our colleagues Elisa Fari and Gabriele Rossani. Please welcome Christian Michalak and Felix Ballhorn.
Yeah, thank you very much, and good afternoon, everybody, and hello, Felix. Good to have you.
Hello, Christian. We get to sit on stage. How nice.
Yes. So I'm really happy to be here today with you and with all of you, because it's a fantastic book our colleagues Elisa and Gabriele have written during the last year. It was published basically February this year. So in total, more than 1,000 leaders have been interviewed. To what extent they are currently already using Gen AI solutions in their day-to-day work. And the good thing for me is it's not just another book or guide how great Gen AI is. I think everybody knows it already. But it really gives you a tangible guideline, I would say, and we will come to that later, how to apply it, right?
Exactly, and it's very nice to be here with you on stage, Christian. I'm Felix. I'm working with Capgemini in AI innovation, so I get to apply many of these techniques every day and help our clients and even our teams to shine through Gen AI. And I think we can get going. I'm looking forward to a fruitful discussion with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've prepared even some surprise questions, maybe.
I will ask the AI on it.
Exactly. And let's start with the first slide of insights.
So this one here is an interesting one, an observation the colleagues, the authors of the book have made. So basically it says that even though everybody more or less is aware of Gen AI, I would even say Gen AI is more or less everywhere, right? The usage, especially amongst managers, is quite low, right? So how about you? Are you using it in your day-to-day operations?
Actually, I am, and I checked in with Elisa and Gabriele before being here today, and they explained to me that through the research they did, it's absolutely critical for managers to succeed with Gen AI for managerial tasks, to use it every day, to make it a part of your everyday routine, to continuously use it, to continuously build in the feedback you get from it to fulfill your manager tasks. And I think that is also the first takeaway message for today, to make it an everyday use and not just leave it to the operations crew or to your team. Don't delegate it. And I think this chart next year would reflect it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we're still in the wind up.
Within their book, they made another interesting observation. So they basically talk about two different kind of clusters, I would call it, right? So the co-pilot and the co-thinker. So if we deep dive a little bit into it, can you explain us a little bit what is it all about if we talk about the co-pilot?
So I'm probably not making a bold statement if I say that our audience today, probably everyone has experienced the co-pilot mode of using Gen AI, where you go and ask Gen AI about something, where you get a quick reply, where you're looking for a quick statement or a quick validation of something. I think everyone has been there, has been interacting with LLMs in a way that you're looking for the quick reply, quick answer to a certain question, but not the co-thinking element. And I think, Christian, you made some first experiences on the
Absolutely.
co-thinking, and maybe I'll be able to add to it.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. I'm also experiencing it in my day-to-day work, to be honest. So I give you one or two examples. So just recently, I used it in order to really reflect on what are the right future targets for my entire team, right? So I took a lot of external market reports, insights, and I also collected data and documents regarding where are we as Capgemini, where are our competitors, our partners, right? And I put it all together and, so to say, co-developed to a certain extent with my Gen AI a future ambition and roadmap for my entire team. And in the second step then, I discussed, so to say, with the AI, okay, what does it mean for the different teams I have within the entire group of people I'm working with, and to what extent can AI, or was AI able to help me deriving specific targets? And I must admit, that worked out quite well, right? Because it was not, it doesn't feel like an artificial document you get. It really felt like an educated discussion. And I think that is what the authors of the book are talking about when they discuss this co-thinker way of working, right? For me, it was interesting, and therefore I also like the book very much. It was interesting to experience and to see myself evolving with regards to the prompting, right? Because the input you give, the quality of questions you are putting into it has a massive impact, of course, on the quality of the results, right?
Yes, it's a perfect example of using Gen AI as a co-thinker, what you just gave there. It's where you use it to reflect, where you have an actual dialogue, where you use it as a co-thinking in your own task sphere. Nobody can take it away from you. You can ask for gaps. You can really build upon the dialogue. And I think this mode where the Gen AI takes you through the dialogue even is very important for managers to leverage in their daily work. And the book gives away this as a book resource. Yeah, we have the dialogues, the prompts for these dialogues right there, and we can take those. We can put it in the Gen AI of our choice. Yeah, I don't give a recommendation today, and experience that for ourselves. And I think it's maybe time to look at
let's have a look at
the structure of what the book gives away. And there is 35 managerial tasks or manager use cases that the book scratches upon and gives away actual examples, even giving away the prompts for everybody to engage with the Gen AI engines.
That is really important for all of you. So if you, this is this fantastic book. So if you buy it, then you really get tangible input how to use AI. And predefined prompts that you can apply in your day-to-day work, right? And basically what the authors have done is they have defined 4 key areas, right? So it is all about managing yourself, what we already discussed. It is about managing businesses, so more or less the ecosystem you are part of. Managing teams, as I said, so I applied it in the definition of targets for my teams, and also managing the entire change, right? And in these 4 categories, they have then derived the different use cases, right?
Yes, let me also share an example maybe.
Yes.
Where I did use the co-thinker mode is when we were developing a large AI platform, I actually used the Gen AI as a co-thinker to assess the risks, to do a competitive risk assessment. And I tend to be quite direct and strict with the Gen AI, and I can do it. Yeah, it's my personal assistant, and it really helped me to break down the risk structure. Usually, being quite a sophisticated and tedious exercise, and I was able to quite quickly derive some nice facets to the risk assessments that we were already doing, and so I was able to greatly leverage it in the co-thinker and discussion mode. And there's actually quite a bunch of these dialogues prepped and ready for us to be used, and in the everyday mode it's very, very easy to use, very quickly to use, and I'll recommend it every day.
So another example I would like to share with you these days is around contract lifecycle management. So we are currently working for a client who is planning to do a bigger acquisition. So they have on the one hand their own contracts in place, and at the same time during the course of the due diligence they are currently conducting, they have a massive challenge of analyzing risks, but also value in the contracts of the company they might acquire. And I mean, in these challenging times with a lot of dynamics going on with regards to custom changes and market regulations, it is of course also important to understand what is really inside my contracts. So what we did is, together with our client, we implemented an AI solution, especially on the contract lifecycle management, and it was impressive to see how powerful this solution is, right? So within days, it was able to really analyze thousands of different contracts, identify risks, as you said, with regards to certain legal clauses, but also with regards to local regulations in different countries. But, and that is the interesting part, also with regards to value. So when it comes to pricing strategies and price differences, claim management, warranties, and so on and so forth, right? So basically what we did, based on the insights we got out of the solution, out of the Gen AI, was deriving a completely new business case, which has, of course, a massive impact on the decision, do I buy this company or not? And how do I behave myself with regards to my existing contracts and my existing ecosystem? So that, for me, was really an impressive one, and I think that is only the beginning, right?
It's only beginning, and every day there's a new one.
Yes.
And I think we're already on the finish line.
Okay.
Let's maybe summarize a bit, and maybe I have the chance to give a small outlook on where we might be getting and what we might be talking about next year if we're on the stage, Christian.
Maybe we are not on the stage anymore, but the AI, right?
Maybe the AI. So it's about collaboration. It's about augmenting, and it's about letting the AI in on what you're doing. And what you can bring is exactly how you mentioned, is the context, is the momentum of being precise, being concise, and really leverage AI to fill in gaps, proactively close around complex settings, close in on complex setting, and have it validate for you. And try leaving the most complex questions to the AI, and then see what you get back, and iterate on it. That is really, I think, what we can give away. I see even a future where this co-thinking dialogues goes beyond just a dialogue, where we have, in maybe a multi-agentic setting, have the right decision making and operationalization of actual making a change in certain tools, in certain settings, to get to an action, even in a co-thinking dialogue. I think that's just around the corner, and we see how it unfolds in the near future. And I think with this we go on the closing side, and I think it's maybe around the book, so
so with regards to the closing, what is it I would like to mention? So first of all, I think it's really important that you embrace the technology and the opportunity, right? So do not understand it as something that is impacting you negatively or that is a threat, but really see it as an opportunity to become faster, to get better insights, to be more focused, more agile. The second thing is, I think, we need to understand that it is a continuous journey of learning, right? Because this technology is developing so fast, and more or less each and every day there's a new language model in place that you can use, and also the way how you use it is, I think, a continuous journey of learning. And at the end, I think it's really on us, on you, as it says here, get your hand dirty and use it, apply it, and make your own experiences around it. Thank you very much. I think we are happy to answer some questions if you have some, so please feel free. And yeah, we have a mic here in place, so are there any questions? There's a question, and there as well.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Cemal Sena, and I'm an electronics engineer, also a project manager. What I wonder is, the Gen AI is not yet regulated, and considering that we are in Germany, regulations is everything. So, what about the regulation side of this aspect? So, how can we employ these changes, these how can I say this revolutionary aspects to our everyday business? And I know that this has been done in many countries, but I don't know how it will unfold in Europe. Do you have any insights or evaluations on these aspects?
So maybe I give a more of a generic answer. So in Europe we have the EU AI Act that aims to regulate that. I think at several places there is activities on the Capgemini side to explore together with clients on that. For this managerial use of Gen AI, what we talked about today, I think it is pretty okay to use guardrailed and sort of the internal company solutions that don't leave the boundaries of the company you're working for. Yeah? So for the internal self-development and maybe drafting a project sketch or a speech or a contribution, that you remain in place as a human in the loop. You remain in place also for carrying the responsibility for that. So for what we aim for today with the talk and exchange we had, I think we're okay, but the question remains, and it's a very interesting one to take, how if we change the products out there and incorporate Gen AI in the products, how to regulate. On the contract side, on the document side, I think there's already solid use of Gen AI happening, but to really bring it to the edge of the customer, these discussions are still ongoing. Yeah.
Okay. With this, we are closing.